Hey everyone, today we're going to try to cook something. What I got here is a container of popcorn. At least I thought it was popcorn when I first bought it. This came from I guess a vintage or antique seller on the internet. I bought this thing, I believe, for like $50. You see, it says in big letters, popcorn. But apparently it's not actually popcorn. If you look at it, it says shelled rice. I know that popping rice is a thing. Actually, very recently I found out about it. I saw a YouTube video, it was a short video in my feed, and I was looking at this. I don't know where it took place or what country it was in, but they were popping rice inside of oil, like popcorn, hard-shelled rice. But it's pretty interesting. I've never actually eaten or done that. Didn't even know that was a thing until recently. So this thing here is not popcorn like I thought. So we look at it, and the ingredients are pretty simple. How to pop. It says how to pop corn. It's saying that, but I'm pretty sure it's rice. It says have a hot fire. Put enough corn in popper to cover bottom, about 1 kernel deep, and shake over fire. To get best results, be careful not to heat corn too quick. So it's basically the same as popcorn. It's telling me to do it over a fire because when this thing was made, I guess fire was the #1 thing. Now most people now have electric stoves. A good amount of people still have propane or natural gas stoves. But back in those days, it was mostly, I guess, wood or cold fire stoves. And this thing here, this thing is definitely well over 100 years old. I think that's amazing. It could even be 120 years old. I'm not sure. Back in those days, you didn't have a copyright on them, which would give a ballpark estimate. It also does not require an expiration date. None of that stuff. So I look at it, and I'm looking at the top of it. Does that say selected shelled rice popping corn from Illinois? Chicago, Illinois. It says that the contents pops equal to a quart of popped corn. Once it's popped, it's going to make about a quart size. And it's got a few recipes for it, even to make sugar corn. And this was a free sample back in the day. That's kind of cool. So, we're going to get to opening this thing up. I have 2 pots right here. It doesn't mention oiling the pan or anything. So first we're going to try just shaking it over a good amount of heat, keeping it moving so it doesn't burn or anything. And like it said, don't heat it up too fast. I know this lid does not fit the pan, but I wanted you to be able to see inside it. And I don't know where the pan that this goes to is. And this is a pretty fancy pot. But its cover is not transparent. You can't see through it. So we'll do a little with oil and a little without oil. So let's plug this stuff in. I'm not doing this for a long time, but this is actually a no-no, putting an appliance into a lamp cord. I know that, if anyone's going to comment that. And this is to oil the bottom of the pan just a little bit. That wasn't on well. That could have been a terrible accident on the carpet. Yep. All right, everyone. Before we open up this really cool vintage container, I just want you to take a quick look at it. If anyone wants to pause and read it, I'm going to make sure everything focuses in nicely. This is really cool. It's got some tears, but it's in extremely good condition for something over 100 years old. I think it's in extremely good condition. It's a paper container, so hopefully nothing bad happened. I don't see any mold. I don't see any water damage at all. It's in extremely good condition. That right there, I guess if you want to stop and read it, you can get the gist of it, but it's got a little bit of tearing there. Not as bad right here if you want to read that. I was hoping that would be a date down there, but unfortunately it was not. Look at the bottom, doesn't even have anything, which is so cool. Usually you'd see staining or something on it. It's in very good condition. I'm going to try to open this right now. very carefully. It looks like the top, how would this come off? Maybe we can get the label off so we don't, wow, this is like so brittle. It breaks like glass, this paper here. It's very brittle and fragile. Look at this, it looks like a little pipe bomb. How would you suggest we go upon opening this? Are you supposed to stab it or something? Maybe that's what they did back in the day. If I have to do that, I might do it from the bottom. No, it looks like it's literally going to come off the top. See that? It looks like I can, yep, it's prying right off. And that paper was stuck to it. This is the first time this thing has been opened in 100 years. But it's not 100-year-old air because it's paper. It just passes right through it, keeps it dry. Oh, so it's, wait, it is popcorn. I am happy. I am so happy that it's actually popcorn. So I'm thrown. It says shelled rice. So is it a company that also sells, like, or is that the name of it, shelled rice? I don't know. That really threw me off when I purchased this because I said it came online. I didn't look at it good enough. I thought it was popcorn, and it looks like it really is. Looks like it really is popcorn. That actually gives me extremely high hopes that this will actually work because I've opened, and I have a video of it, I've done popcorn from the 1960s, Jolly Time popcorn. I have opened another Jolly Time popcorn. One of them was white and one of them was yellow. One from the 50s, popped perfectly. But the cool thing was back then, kernels were smaller. You got less popcorn, but the kernel itself, the shell, was really hard and tough. I think through years and years of selective growing, people wanted a smaller or a thinner kernel so it's easier to eat and a bigger pop. That's what we have these days. I think these are going to, when they pop, they're going to be extremely small, just like all those things. I'll show you those on my shelf towards the end of the video if you're interested. So we're going to go ahead and pour a good amount of this into the pots. So yeah, if this is popcorn like this, I've done this so many times. I'm honestly gonna, I want to use the white pan because it's easier to see, I think, than the silver one. I'm just gonna use oil, honestly. I'm gonna pour some in there, then I'm gonna pour a little bit of oil, move it around, get them all nice and lubed, and that'll be nice. So let's have some popcorn. Since we have so little of it, okay, that covers just about the bottom, like it said. I don't want to use it all because this is so rare when you find something like this that's over 100 years old. I want to save some of it, and if it does pop, you know, we could do this again. Who knows how far down the road with the third of it we have left. And this right here, I don't even know if I want to glue it. I think I might just wrap it like that and put it on a shelf because this is just, it's so brittle and fragile, this wrapper here. Yeah, I would be unable to fold it. It would crack. That paper is extremely dry. All right, everyone, we are above it now. So now I think one of these burners is hotter than the other. I'm not sure. Usually with these cooktops, one of them is. Let's pour a little bit in. Oil. That's probably enough. Let's shake it around. Get it all just globbing together like that. I think that's enough. Maybe olive oil wasn't the best thing to use. Honestly, I usually use vegetable oil for this type of thing because it's more runny. This is a thicker oil, so that's why you can't really, you know what I mean? That may have been a mistake, honestly, but I'm going to turn this thing on and I'm going to quickly run and grab something to stir it with, like a spoon. So we're going to start this thing up right now, and I'm going to go out of the room. We're just going to start it on like mid-range, and I'm going to run upstairs real fast. I want to grab a spoon, and I'm going to leave the camera running just in case anything does happen to happen. All right, I'm back. I don't think anything happened. Oh, there's smoke though. Something dirty is on the burner. Wow, that thing's already producing a good amount of heat. Yeah, that's normal. I must have spilled something on the burner last time I used it. Or it's just dust. I just pulled this thing out of the shed. So until a couple start popping, I'll leave the lid off. And I will just keep on doing this. It shouldn't be long. I honestly have high confidence that this is going to pop because I've already popped 70-year-old corn, I believe it was. And adding another 50 years, it's a lot, but I'm confident we'll get something to pop today. Does anybody ever use olive oil as a substitute for butter, trying to be a little more healthy? Sometimes I actually like that flavor, you know? I've done that before. So I guess I'm just going to keep moving it around like that so nothing burns. But also, now that the oil's heated up, there we go. Just like engine oil, it's not as thick once it gets heated up. There we go. Yeah, ow! Yeah, we definitely didn't need to put that up on high. Definitely not. Let's see if I can zoom you out a little bit. There we go. I'm going to keep that camera going too because that's a timer to see how long this takes. They're sizzling. I think we're going to get some pops. I'm very, very, very confident about this. I don't know why. It might be the olive oil, but it actually smells very, like, sugary. I'm kind of scared that it's going to pop in my face, hot oil. It won't be that bad, though. It's not going to throw a big amount. I didn't put too much oil in there. Yeah, I'm just touching the lamp cord because I told you you're not supposed to use that with an appliance. Oh my gosh! It's popping! It's actually popping! That is so cool. Oh, I think it's just discolored, or we might be burning the edges of a few, but you know, anytime I make popcorn, a few of them always start first. I think we'll have a bunch more. I want to turn the heat down a little bit. Come on. We got a couple. I don't know, do you consider that opening? Because they only like partially opened. I think we got more coming though. Just shaking it around like that, help them pop. Like the sudden bang against the pressurized shell. Still, even if nothing else pops, at least I can pick those out and actually taste them, you know? What do you think? Is anything else going to pop? It's over 100 years old, so something popped. But am I just going to burn the rest? Where are the ones that did pop? They're few and far between. That is hot. I'm going to put them in the spoon so I can at least taste them if we do end up burning everything else. Alright, there's one. It barely opened. It looks like a clamshell, you know? Ow. Hot. Ouch. Is anything else going to pop? Maybe we do need more heat. Turn it back up. Oh, I just heard one crackle. Oh. Oh my gosh. It's happening. It's happening! Just needed a little bit more time. Look at this. That's a good one. Zoom out a little more. It's popping! It just needed a little bit more time. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We can throw that back in. That don't even matter now. It took a little while longer, but cool. I wouldn't be surprised if the smoke detector goes off. Although there's not one in this room. It's right outside the door in the hall. All right, time to get this on. Can't wait to try this. Here we go. Well, it looks like we're off to a high success rate. Yeah, we better turn that heat back down. I'd say what, like 20% at least already popped? Is that it? All right, that might be it because I'm looking, it looks like everything has opened at least partially. And like I said, popcorn back in the day was a lot smaller than it is now because people have selectively grown it. Oh, there we go. That's pretty cool. It's not, I know I'm burning it slightly, but I think it's just maybe done, no? I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments because I know I am burning it a little bit. But that won't affect those pieces there. Well, in case we do accidentally destroy it, I do want to actually taste test it right now. Yeah, everyone. So, I don't think anything else is going to pop. But, looking down at it, I would say we got like a 90% of it, I would say, has actually popped. Let's give it a... This one's like completely open. Look how teeny it is. Tiny little thing back then. It's not bad. It's a little bit harder. I can't tell if that's because it's old or that's just how it was back then. It's very hot. That's why I can't just take a whole handful. Now, this is one of those products that, like, I don't know how it could possibly be bad, you know? It's that old, but it's a dry-kept product. And we cooked it with a lot of heat. So I'm not afraid to eat it as much as I can. It's really hot. That's awesome. Before I eat it all, I want to show you guys what it looks like in there. Yeah, so everyone, look at this. They're teeny little things with a big shell. Even bigger shell than the 50s corn. This is like early 1900s, 1910s maybe. It's not bad. I'm literally going to take this upstairs and eat a bunch. Because this is like a once-in-a-lifetime chance to eat popcorn this old. You know? It's literally not possible for everyone to do this. But if you look around, right? Well over 90% of them actually open, but you see some of them, like, a lot of them, like this guy here, just open like a little clamshell. You know, see what I mean? Ouch. It barely opened, but it opened, so you can still bite it. This is actually really good with olive oil. Looks like I already ate most of the good part. I'm actually loving this, you can tell, right? I love this stuff. It's so good. Yep, I'm gonna let that cool a little bit, but I'm definitely gonna eat a lot more of that. So we're gonna go look over on my shelf over here, and I want to show you. So all these products here Most of these you can find on my channel that I've opened. Actually, on this wall, I've opened every single one of these, except this. Pretty sure that's a novelty can. Just like these here. These are novelty cans that you can buy on Amazon.com. I wish they would have made them a little more realistic and not as big of a joke, if you get what I mean. Like this one here is a little more realistic. It's got ingredients. They could have put nutrition facts and a bunch of other things, you know. But they're meant to be jokes, and there's something in them. I have no idea what, but they feel like they're completely full. Who knows what they put in them, just stuffing, something for weight. But I thought those were funny. That's why I bought them. Oh, there's even two over here. That one's like there, you can tell is an absolute joke. So, yeah. We opened up a lot. Actually, we opened these in videos, these Nest products. I actually have 6 more different kinds we're going to do in videos coming up. So, we'll do that in the upcoming months or something. Maybe over the winter. Here we go. The one on the left is from the 50s. The one on the right is from, I believe, 1962. This one actually says it somewhere. Where 1961 right there, if you can see that. Yep, that corn was also small, but not nearly as small as that. That was really cool. And I think we even have another one over here somewhere. Nasty Impossible Burger and a normal Whopper. Over here somewhere we got, right here. That's completely unopened from the 1950s. Yep, 1954. Completely unopened. I'm going to save this and maybe I'll open it up when I'm really old, if I live that long. And this is from 1950s bomb shelter, a bunch of candy. It came out of this big tin. So everyone, this was a pretty interesting video. This thing never even overheated. So, yeah, I'm happy. This was a really good, tasty outcome. As soon as I'm done picking this off, I'll leave the rest outside. Something will eat it overnight. I'm sure something will like to eat this. I've already ate like more than half of the stuff I want to eat. Anyways, everyone, I hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Still too hot for me to want to put it on the counter. Have a great night, everybody.